Hi, my name's Jamie, and I had done the Fool card, how to read intuitively, and I was asked if I could continue on, possibly with a series. So I'm doing the Magician, and the reason why I want to do it is because I see a lot of focus on keywords and things like that, and keywords are important. They help, especially when we're just learning the tarot, but eventually they get in our way. The way I kind of look at it is the emperor's new clothes. We, with the emperor's new clothes, we're told what we are seeing, but that may not be what we're actually seeing. You know, they tell us this is what we're seeing, but that's not what I'm seeing. Intuition is saying that's not what I'm seeing. Intuition is trusting what you're seeing. So, with the magician, we have our keywords. We have the little white book here, and it talks about skill, diplomacy, address. Then it brings up some other words: sickness, pain, loss, disaster. For the magician, So I mean, I see that, and I wonder. But it also comes back to self-confidence, will. So some of them make sense with a keyword, but I mean, let's talk about intuition. What is a magician? A magician is somebody who is able to perform strange feats that we can't understand. They are these skilled people. And, I have a friend who's a magician, and they were quoting somebody. But the person said, wow, that must be really incredible. You must be really talented and skilled. You just seem like a natural. He's like, no, I've put in my 10,000 hours. And the guy's like, wow, but you seem so natural. It just seems so easy for you. And he's like, no, I put in my 10,000 hours. So there's the skill level that goes with being an illusionist, able to create something out of thin air. So when we're telling our story with the magician, this is the creation. This is, we have a wand, we have our cups, we have our coins, we have our swords. Now we want to use these to be able to tell our story in whatever direction it's going. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. So here we have the Rider-Waite Smith, and this is the original one. So this is the Conver Tarot, or the Conver Tarot for the game, because originally this was a game, right? So with this game, the lowest card was the lowest value. And the magician is actually just a 1. So a Le Battleur, this would actually be a carnival person who's performing. This could be a con man. This could be somebody who's an illusionist. But there's still all that skill that goes with this. So how do we tell a story with this? So let's say that, and I'll use him so that we're not focusing on all the astrology. You don't need to know astrology. You don't need to know the Kabbalah. You don't need to know all that stuff. All you need to know is that this is a skilled person, and he's learned things, and now it's time to go forward with it. So in our story, he's looking over to the left. So what is he looking at? Let's say that he is looking at death. Death is what? Death is transition. Death is moving forward. So this is saying that maybe he's coming from a position where they have struggled. They have had to, it's an effort to get something done. And it's hard to let things go. And death is not this big negative thing. It's about transitioning. But now he's transitioned. It's saying that in the near future, when we transition, you'll look back at death and smile, because death is looking forward at him, and he's looking back. He's looking back at all the things that he's learned. He's not looking at the future right now. He's gazing at all the things that he has learned. And so we have our story where it just moves here, and then we end up with this person who, after putting in his 10,000 hours, now he's ready to move forward. He can make things manifest. He has the ability to do things. So then if we just go ahead, and I'm just going to pull out another card. Let's finish this story. And so here we see the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Coins. So what this means is that we've had to do everything we could to make this transition. Transitions are not easy, but it shows that we had the skill, that we should have confidence in our abilities, and that now it's time to actually move towards the future. So that's the Magician. This is just saying that we're talking about skill here. We're talking about the ability. And again, we have our 3-panel story going on. This has nothing to do with keywords. I'm just looking at this, and I threw this down, and I can see plain as day where this story is going without any keywords or anything like that. So then let's take a look at Pamela Coleman Smith's card. Here we have the Magician. And this is where, if we're Arthur Waite, he's going to be saying, and this is where people get confused because, he reads like this: a youthful figure in the robe of a magician, having the countenance of divine Apollo, with smile of confidence and shining eyes. Above his head is the mysterious sign of the Holy Spirit. Okay. The sign of life, like an endless cord forming the figure 8 in a horizontal position. So I'm struggling with this when this is the pictorial key. I'm struggling with this because it's saying how this card signifies the divine motive in man reflecting God. And it's like, I just want to know, is this a good idea if I make my plan for A instead of B? It's like divine, I don't know. So let's do the same thing again here with this card. This time, when you read with a deck, you read based on that deck. Okay? And what I mean by that is that you see that these cards are all different. Here we have Death again, but Waite has Death as this figure on a horse, and it shows death will come for anybody. We have children, we have women, we have religion here, and it shows this shining light. But it's still about transition. So here we show that death conquers, or that our transition can conquer. And now we have this youthful person. This could be, they look androgynous to me. But it looks like they have overcome, they've who knows what was going on back here unless we pull a card. And let's do that. Let's find out where they came from. So like we did before, let's tell that story. So we have the Ace of Wands. We had this beginning. We didn't have all of our other implements here. We started with an idea. We had this creative burst, this energy of fire. The wands are fire. So we had this creativity, this thought. And the thing is that it's not easy to carry through. And then as we travel through with our plans, as we start to reach a completion, sometimes it's difficult to go to the next and last step, which is to have faith in what you've done, to have faith in your skills, to have faith in your abilities. So sometimes we get stalled here, but this says that, this person has the strength, and that they're going to find out once they're done that they've had all the abilities. And again, we're not reading astrology. We're not reading keywords. We're telling a story. So let's do the same thing with one of my favorite decks. It's actually called Mystical Moments. I can't believe I don't have the box over here. But it's called Mystical Moments. Do I have the box over here? Silly me. What do I do with the box? I'd show you. Deck is called Mystical Moments. But here we see that there is the magician here, and we see there's this duck here, and we see a butterfly, and we see a wand. So what is all this signifying? And we see plants. So I just happen to know that the wand there is the wand. The duck signifies water, and water is cups. The butterfly is air, and air is swords. And the growth is earth. Earth is pentacles. So they represent everything here. But it's more of this ethereal kind of hand holding this, saying, holding this up, making this manifest. And so if we were to take death and put it over here with mystical moments, now we have this beautiful transition. And this is saying that we've finished what we're doing. We have the skills. We may not believe it. We may not understand. Because look at her. This person here, has their eyes closed. That their wand. It's maybe it's Hermione, but it's like Hermione had all the confidence in the world. So this is somebody else who doesn't have maybe the confidence in that. But it's time to move on, and they need to see that. And moving on can be a beautiful thing. So where are they moving on to? The Five of Pentacles reversed. So the Five of Pentacles traditionally can also mean health. So there's fives are a struggle. So actually I see a sad tale where if this is whether the Pentacles because it's money or whether it's health, here we have somebody who's worked hard. And if this is a health reading, it's like they've done what they needed, and they've had the miracle that happens with a magician. It's this miracle happens, and that death is not something to fear. Death is something in this situation that means overcoming, moving forward, making a transition, but not being afraid. And by doing that, the Five of Pentacles can be reversed. And that is where the healing can start. See what I'm saying about read the cards as you see them, not as the keywords say. It's the Emperor's New Clothes. It's not what they say you're supposed to see. It's when you use that inner eye of your own to tell a story, and you tell what you actually see, and having the faith in yourself to do it. So that is the magician, and I hope this helps. And again, I will continue on if I get a positive response. So that means that I would be moving to the High Priestess, the Papist, next. So with that, thank you very, very much again. And I will see you, if you're interested. I do a morning reflection, 7:15, Monday through Friday, 7:15 Eastern. So maybe I'll see you there. Take care, and thank you all very much, and have an amazing day or an amazing evening wherever you happen to be. Again, thank you.